I'm Toby, I'm the GB's brand guy. I've been working with the GB since they founded to basically create their whole brand identity. Ed was obsessed with this idea of bringing down the baristocracy, so the idea that you go into a coffee shop and it can be quite intimidating because if you ask for sugar in it, they're going to sneer at you because that's not the best way to make a flat white. And actually, what the GBs wanted to try and do was offer well-mannered coffee where they knew all their customers by name and didn't make you feel like you were intimidated going into their environment. And so we wanted an identity that was playful and friendly, but at the same time captured these Victorian values. Their first location was actually the location of a Victorian coffee importing house that used to do a lot of trading in the Docklands. And they had some of the original ledger books in the actual building there. So we had a flick through those and there was a lot of bureaucratic colonial rubber stamping and logo sort of reference points that we were able to take on board. And so the idea was almost inspired by ledger and bookkeeping of importing and exporting coffee from the era in which their manners were kind of seated.
For hospitality, especially restaurants, that's really important for them because they like to have the whole story so then they can tell their customers a bit more about the coffee, the origin, who they're working with. And we're not about big branding. We don't put our brands on cups, our logo on the hopper or anywhere else. If we put it on the menu, that's a bonus, but it's more about the customer. If someone says, "Ooh, where's this coffee from?" then brilliant, there we go. Gentlemen Baristas, job done, fantastic. But for us, it's not about mass branding everywhere.
It's about the environment, the feeling somebody gets when they're coming in, the personality they feel from the people behind the counter. So it's really important to think of it as a kind of multi-sensory experience, not just the logo.
Look, well-mannered coffee. That's what we're trying to do. That's what we've been trying to do since day one. Do things a bit differently. It's in the name, Gentlemen Baristas. It doesn't have to be a man to work here, but it's about manners. It's just being nice to that other person.
The whole idea of having hats on the coffee blends and hats all around on display in the locations is to show the fact that it's not meant to be taken too seriously. You're supposed to enjoy a coffee, you're supposed to enjoy the people you talk to, and you're supposed to enjoy being part of the experience.